Hey everybody, welcome back. We got another comic review coming at you. Seems like that's all we're doing these days. Comics, movies, it's a big pop culture coming at you. This time we're bringing you Spider-Men, which is a crossover of Peter Parker's, what is it, the Ultimate Spider-Man? No. Miles Morales is the Spider-Man in the Ultimate. So it's a crossover of Ultimate Spider-Man with Amazing Spider-Man. It's the first time the Ultimate line has crossed over into the regular Marvel Universe.
By the way, he's Dave Herndon, I'm David Komer.
I was getting there.
You buried the lead. But, yes, so it is the first crossover. The Ultimate Heroes of Two Worlds, as it says.
And Brian Michael Bendis is the author on this one, which you can't get any better than Brian Michael Bendis if you're going into Marvel Comics.
You're right. He's up there in the pantheon. Actually, he's one of the best going today. I mean, regardless of the publisher.
This is another highly anticipated book. We picked it up just a couple days after it came out. It's already the second printing. The first printing sold out just in previews. We got the variant cover where they had their masks on. The shop had both covers, but the original cover just had both guys with their masks off. I actually thought the Ultimate Spider-Man costume was pretty cool and wanted to see the whole thing. That was the reason behind choosing this cover.
Sure.
Covers don't really matter. What really matters is what's in the book. And I got to tell you, what's in the book is some spectacular art.
Sarah Pichelli, we love you. Okay, please keep drawing.
I generally don't follow artists a lot, but this
Amazing.
art was fantastic.
Yeah.
For this page, that's an ad for Farmers Insurance.
No, Sarah Pichelli, I've never seen her work before. I was blown away. Obviously, I'm sorry, I forget the name of the inker, but he or she did a great job. I was
Ponsor.
Yeah, I think maybe Brian Ponsor.
I'm not 100% sure.
No, Justin Ponsor. Sorry.
As much as in our industry, I'm like, oh, put a byline on everything, so everybody should know who does it. I'm really bad about looking at stuff in comics.
Jimmy Chung did the cover, by the way, so props there.
The cover, pretty awesome. But the cover it's nothing compared to the art inside.
Now, in a previous review, we discussed another crossover, Star Trek and Doctor Who. In some ways, this kind of reminded me of that, in the fact that it's basically, you don't get to see a lot of crossover. You do kind of at the end. It's basically a Peter Parker story with Spider-Man, and he gets thrown into the Ultimate world through, I forget, who's the villain's name?
Oh, Mysterio.
Mysterio, yes. So, gets hit by a ray or whatever, and ends up in the Ultimate world, where there's the Twin Towers, and there are various different structures around New York.
But Peter Parker is not only unmasked and out, as we know in the Ultimate series, but he's dead.
Deader than Dillinger.
It's not really a spoiler there. That happened well over a year ago now.
Right.
But Miles Morales, which is still a grade schooler, has been bitten, or somehow, I'm sorry, I wasn't a part of that arc. I didn't read that arc as it started. But Miles Morales, when he came out a few months ago, it was the first Mexican superhero, really. Mexican-American, however you want to boil that down. But he's the new Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe. But as with Peter Parker was a high schooler when he became Spider-Man, this goes back even farther. He's still a grade schooler.
Yeah, kind of weird. But I gotta say, I mean, judge it basically as a Peter Parker Spider-Man book. I rather enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do going forward. What about you, Dave?
Oh, it was excellent. I was actually I was hoping it to be a Miles Morales book that Peter would be splashed into at the end, just because, like I said, I haven't read a lot of stuff about Miles outside of a couple news articles about him, and I was looking forward to being introduced to the character, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And we were, but you only really get, 3 or 4 pages at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely looking good as moving forward. Again, this is just issue 1 of Spider-Men, but I really enjoyed it. I keep going back to the art, but the traditional Spider-Man suit was just so cool and so well lit. A couple of the other books we've been reading lately, everything's happening at night and everything just looks drab and dreary in the art. Spider-Man's right out there in the middle of the day. It's amazing just the way they're able to light him, and I haven't picked up a Spider-Man book since I was probably, I don't know, about maybe 14. And it was just amazing to be able to just like slip right back into the universe. It's like, I know Peter Parker, I know his problems, and boom, we're there, I'm in.
I loved it. I agree. It's like an old pair of comfortable shoes or something. It's just you get right back into it, and you're swinging through the city, and it was just a lot of fun, and I'm curious to see how they get along. I'm really interested to see Peter Parker existing in the Ultimate Universe. I'm curious how they're going to reconcile. Maybe if Morales will get to go to the world we're more familiar with, or go back and forth a little. I think there's a world of potential. I mean, no pun intended.
Well, and I'm also wondering if maybe this is just the start, if we're going to have some more crossovers of the regular universe with their Ultimate Universe counterparts, or if maybe Marvel's doing this one because they are two different people, both playing Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah, they could either be testing the water, or this could be kind of a one-off.
But I definitely think that if other crossovers are going to be similar to this, I'd read them all. Overall, giving it a grade, what do you say?
I give it an A-, just for the mere fact I'd like to see a little more Morales in there, or at least a little bit more of a crossover, but I really dug it.
I'm pretty much there with you. I give it a B+. Again, just it loses a few marks because I wanted to see Ultimate Spider-Man a bit more. But again, Peter Parker was there. Brian Michael Bendis knows Peter Parker like nobody else. And he does a great job with it. I'm really looking forward to issue 2. This is going to be a monthly, so unfortunately, we're not going to get to pick it up too quickly. But I'm really looking forward to Spider-Man #2.